Hey guys, welcome back to Crazy Dave's Kitchen. Hey, today is my 14th wedding anniversary with my wife, A Little Coffee Meets Mommy. But today I'm actually inviting you guys, my fans, into this party. Why? Because today I'm going to share something very special with you guys. This is a recipe that is one of my signature dishes. Okay, I guarded this recipe for so long. In fact, the last time I made this thing was about 10 years ago. Okay, when myself and A Little Coffee Meets Mommy first met, my mom actually told A Little Coffee Meets Mom, Dave can cook. He's a good cook. Has he made this dish for you? And let's say I did, and the rest is history. I won the woman over, so she's my wife for 14 years. Well, what is this signature dish that I've got for you guys? It is called chicken in Marsala wine sauce. You're like, oh, okay, another Italian dish, no big deal, whoopie-doo. Oh no, this is Crazy Dave style, a little bit different. And I'm telling you guys, if you make it for your partner, your significant other, your mom, your dad, your aunt, your uncles, your brothers, your sisters, whatever the case is, you are gonna win their hearts over. Stay tuned, and I'm gonna show you how it's done. So what's the first step in this chicken masala? Right here is chicken in the Marinade Express. We vacuum sealed it, kind of deal. It tumbles for about 90 minutes. Now we're gonna pop this thing up. Now listen how loud this is. That is the air going into the chamber. So now we're gonna take this off, put that in the sink, and look at that. That is some chicken that we had marinating with very simple ingredients. You know, your spices, just a little bit of white pepper, some black pepper, and a little bit of water, and a little bit of oil, okay? As well as a little bit of Marsala wine. So now we're gonna put this over here in the baking dish. Now, my normal signature recipe, I would actually put this in a pan and cook it. Well, today, we're gonna do it Traeger style. So we're actually gonna throw it in the Traeger and smoke this baby. Man, there's probably about 5 or 6 breasts in here. Now, don't worry about, overcrowding. I know people yell and scream, oh, why are you overcrowding for? Honestly, I just wanna give it a little bit of the smoky flavor. I'm not trying to cook it in the Traeger. I just want it to smoke a little bit because I'm gonna finish it up in the actual frying pan when it all comes together. Okay guys, so we're going to use a Little Coffee Beans Traeger with the genuine cherry system because Daddy's Traeger, I still need to do a little bit of upgrades on it to make it perfect. But this is the genuine cherry Traeger with the Smoke Daddy PID controller. Now right now we got that thing set up about 225, 226. We got some red oak wood in there. It looks like these little logs because that's what the genuine Jerry does. It's a stick burner, but it's also a Traeger. Now inside the grill, on the left hand side, I've got a little roast here, kind of experimenting with that burgundy wine peppercorn recipe I did before, but instead of a tri-tip, I'm just doing a regular beef roast. And over here, I'm gonna do the chicken. Now look at that thin, tiny blue smoke. You can probably see it a little bit on the camera there, there you go. So we're gonna let this baby cook up at 225 a little bit, and now we're gonna go back into the kitchen, and we're gonna go ahead and follow the steps by steps on how to put it all together. If you're watching Crazy Dave's Kitchen, stay tuned. Okay, so what are some of the ingredients that we have? We know that there's chicken already in the Traeger. Now we're moving on to the vegetable portion. Baby carrots. We've got some sliced mushrooms. We've got a head of garlic. Some Marsala cooking wine. Now I like to use the Marsala drinking wine. I just could not find it in the store. Then we got some bacon fat over here. Now normally you would use a pound of uncooked bacon, and you're gonna cook that because the bacon fat is what you use to cook the whole meal in, but for the essence of time, we're gonna actually use just the bacon fat. Then we got a whole thing of onion, and we got a bag of potatoes. Now check this out, they got a little bit of, eyes on them, no big deal. We're gonna peel these off. That's why it's really cool to pick up a whole bag of these potatoes, like 99 cents at the grocery store. We're gonna put all this together into the pot. Okay, so the first thing we do is we are going to heat up the pan over here, and we're just going to pour in this bacon fat, about half to 3/4 of the jar. You want a really good layer of that bacon grease, and we're going to let that heat up until it's nice, clear, and hot, because next we're going to start adding all these vegetables in it. Okay, so the potatoes have been kind of de-eyed, if you want to call it that, and we're just going to kind of rough chop these, kind of bite-sized pieces. I'm just going to throw them into the dish. Now we're not boiling these because this is actually going to go into the dish itself. Again, we're just going to rough cut these, and then we're going to put them into the actual bacon fat. So we want these baby to cook up, almost semi-fry, but we don't want them to fry. We actually want them to be nice, moist, and full of all that flavor. Okay, so we took these chopped potatoes and we put it into this skillet, frying pan, whatever thing you want to call this thing. And we got the heat on high, and we're just going to let these things cook into the bacon fat until they're nice and tender. Then we'll remove them from the bacon fat and put them off to the side. Alright, so next we took the mushrooms and we kind of rinsed them off a little bit. And now I'm not worried about them being a little slimy, that's okay, because we're going to cook them up. And we're just going to rough chop these because we're going to cook these things nice and tender. So just keep chopping them up nice and small. And then we're going to add it into the bacon dish with those potatoes. Okay, so the potatoes are cooking nicely. Now, we're going to take that chopped up mushroom mix, put that into the dish, and we're going to stir that into the pot. And we want these aromas of the mushrooms and the potatoes and the bacon to kind of mingle together. And we're going to cook this until those mushrooms get nice and translucent and cooked. So now we're going to cut up some onion. We've already peeled it. I cut into little wedges here. And we're just going to kind of rough cut them. And we're going to kind of separate it into little chunks. Just like that. Because these are going to cook down again. Just separate them up. Now we're going to add a little bit of fresh sea salt. Kind of help it colorize and get that flavor going in. Next, we're going to add those diced onions in it. And we're going to give it a good stir. And again, we're going to cook these onions until they're nice and translucent. Give it a good stir. Get that coated up really good. Next, we're going to take these little baby carrots here, and we're actually going to try to trim them lengthwise. Watch those fingers. This is a very close shot. And you get them nice and thin. Kind of like this. Now, you're going to set these off to the side. They're not going in the pot yet. You're going to save these for almost towards the end. Again, watch those fingers. But you don't want to cut them up. Okay guys, so now it's time to remove these vegetables and look at that color of the onions are very translucent. The mushrooms are pretty much cooked down to like almost nothing. And the potatoes, these things are beautiful in color. So now we're going to remove all these vegetables off the dish using a strainer kind of thing. We're just going to lightly shake them off, and then we're going to take it and throw it over here onto the dish. Now we're going to empty the entire pot, leaving the heat on a medium to high. Okay guys, so we took the chicken off of the Traeger, the genuine Jerry Traeger that is. It's not done yet, but it's a little smoky. So now we're going to pick it up, I'm going to gently lay it into the frying pan. And we're going to cook all the chicken in the frying pan. Be very careful because this is hot. Okay, so the chicken's about done. We're going to take the lid off. And look at that. And the way you can tell that that chicken's done is we actually cut some of these open. And you can see it's not pink anymore. So now, what we're going to do is going to move the chicken off to the side a little bit. And remember that garlic? There's that crushed garlic. Dump it in. Get it in there. And push it all in. Use your fingers if you have to, whatever. And get that garlic into the pan. Now we're going to use the fork here. And we're just going to stir it in. Just mix it up really good. You know, cook the chicken with it, turn the chicken over. And we want that chicken to be infused now with the garlic. You know, I got that garlic right there. Turn over. Kind of get that garlic all over that chicken. It's going to be some wonderful chicken here. Alright, so now that it's all mixed up, we're going to turn the heat down to low. Turn it down to low. Okay, now we're going to take that bottle of Marsala wine. Okay, we're actually going to take the whole bottle now, what's left, and we're going to pour it right down into the center. Okay, at the same time, we're now going to take these carrots and we're going to just put it right on top. Now here you can also grab a spoon and start moving the juices around and throw it onto the chicken. Now we're going to let this simmer for about 20 to 25 minutes with the lid back on. Now that the chicken has been simmering here for about 20 to 25 minutes, we're going to take the chicken out, set it off to the side over here on another plate. Now try not to get the carrots, because those are for something different. So shake it off really good and put them on a plate. Now the chicken has been removed from the pan, but look at all these beautiful carrots. Now these carrots are not soft, they're still crunchy. So we're going to use that spatula again that had little holes in it, and we're going to actually drain off as much of these as possible. Now you might get a little bit of pieces of chicken in here, that's okay, throw it back in the pan. So all we want is the carrots. Now we're just going to take it all out, and we can sort through this after we're done emptying the pan. So now we took the carrots out of the pot. You see a lot of stuff on it. That's okay. What we're going to do now is start the plating process. Shake off the carrots and just lay them down. Try to get as much of the stuff off as possible. So now, we took in some cornstarch and mixed it with a little bit of water. I'm going to pour that into the pan. Now that is going to make some really, really beautiful, gorgeous gravy. Now, slowly start stirring it up. And you notice it thickens up really, really fast. Look at that. Now once the gravy starts thickening up, make sure you have that heat on really super low. Okay. Now, remember those vegetables that we cooked earlier? That we put off to the side? Now, we're going to take these and we're going to slowly start adding it into the dish. Look at that. Okay. Let that sit a little bit. And we're going to stir that into the gravy. What kind of gravy is this? That's the magic. All those vegetables come together and form this beautiful gravy. Now, you're like, wait a minute, gravy is supposed to go on mashed potatoes. Well, no. The potatoes are right there. They're there. It all comes together. Now, take that chicken now that we have over here. We're going to slowly start taking it and pushing it down into the dish. And then push it down. And just keep doing it until it's nice and sitting in that pot. Now, put the lid back on and just let it sit there for another 15 minutes. While you're doing that, now is the perfect time to get your side dishes together, whether it be garlic bread or whatever you want. But this is pretty much the chicken marsala. Stay tuned, and I'm going to show you how to plate it and then present it to Little Coffee Bean's mommy for our anniversary. Now, we remove the chicken from the stove, and we're just going to grab a piece, I'm going to shake it off, and we're going to set it onto the plate. Now, sometimes the guests may want 1 or 2 pieces of chicken. That's fine. Now, we're going to take the chicken and we're going to kind of put off to the side a little bit, because now what we're going to do is we're going to grab some of the gravy. And the gravy is the ones with the vegetable. See? Then you take that, we're going to layer it all over your chicken. Like so. The chicken is buried in the gravy. Same thing with the second plate. And that is how you make Crazy Dave's signature dish, chicken marsala. Well, now we're gonna call mommy and say, "Mommy, come home." So here's the Little Coffee Bean's mommy. Look at that smile on her face. Well, happy anniversary. But does she remember this dish? So, Little Coffee Bean's mommy, what is that?
Chicken masala
White
made for
sauce.
me about 10 years ago, I believe.
Wow. Hey guys, remember that. I said this is something that was not made since the Little Coffee Bean over here was born. And that's about 10 years ago. See? There you go. I know Little Coffee Bean's mommy all too well, don't I? Well guys, have a great one. We're going to enjoy this. And if you guys want to partake, well, guess what? Make your own.